You know, he embodied the Rotary credo of service above self. You know, he was always in service of somebody or something or some mission or whatever. He went to Mexico, built water supplies for water sources for the people down in the southern part of Mexico, Chiapas region.
He was very philanthropic, and he was really touched by people, and he really wanted to be there to help. But he also had this great sense of adventure and had a good time wherever he went. And he, on one trip, they put in a water system, and he was just, he'd get all teary when he'd talk about this man who came up and held his hand and said, you know, gracias, gracias, gracias. And he had babies who died, and he was so grateful that the Americans were there putting in a water system for their village. And another time he went and they built a medical facility, and then a young person in the village would be like a curandero and administer the medicine or the medical aid for all of the people in that village. And so when there was another opportunity to go to Oaxaca on a piso project, which meant pouring concrete floors in existing housing to cover up the dirt floors, he asked if I'd like to go along, and I jumped at the chance. And it was great. We had a good time there, and the Mexican people who we helped were so appreciative. And Bill liked to tease, even though he didn't speak very much Spanish, he'd get a word out here and there, but he could always get the Mexicans just laughing. His sense of humor came across.
We all know ceiling fans that go around and around. Well, I was told this story when Bill went to Mexico a year ago, to Oaxaca. He only took a couple of changes of clothes, and we were gone 10, 12 days. But he would wash his underwear out, and then he would dry it on
You know, those Mexican hotels are not that substantial. When you put just one pair of shorts on one end, the whole building.
I was personally really impressed that he would spend his own money and time to go help not only the foreign exchange student program with the Rotary, but the Northwest medical teams, and go down. He went to Oaxaca like a couple times, and he brought back fried grasshoppers, and he loved the fact that he had fried grasshoppers, and of course you had to eat them.
In Mexico, especially central Mexico, fried grasshoppers were part of the staple outside the city, and a lot of people use the fried grasshoppers in salads and just as a snack, French fries or potato chips. And so of course he had to have fried grasshoppers, and the little ones were really the choice ones because you didn't get this huge big bug that you were eating. But he thought the big ones were better because you could really tell it was a grasshopper, and then he would just dare people to try to eat them. He'd bring them back and offer them to everybody, and they'd turn up their noses, and he'd get sort of tickled at that. But he really appreciated that I was adventuresome too, and didn't mind trying a grasshopper here and there.